Okay, we now need to understand the differences in the fabric composition. There are a lot of people in the industry who believe, and let me read it out, there is no difference between cotton and polycotton percale products except in the laundry. The first sample that you felt that came through, the 144 thread count sample, is a polycotton fabric. That means it contains 50% polyester and 50% cotton. And the other samples are all made from 100% cotton, which is a natural fiber. The fact is that cotton bed linen will provide significantly more sleeping comfort than similar polycotton fabrics. And sleeping comfort, as we said right at the beginning, is what this is all about. I want to compare polycotton and cotton fabrics. I'm not going to talk very much about linen. Linen, pure linen, when I say linen, I'm referring to flax linen, is available in the industry, but we're not going to talk too much about that because it's not very commonly used in the industry. Polyester, let me just explain what polyester is. First of all, you all know polyester. That water bottle that's in front of you is containing polyester, is made from polyester. Okay, we'll get her attention soon enough. That water bottle is made from polyester. So, polyester is a synthetic fiber which is made from crude oil. They started to use it in the industry approximately 40 years ago as an easy care fiber, probably closer to 50 years ago, as an easy care fiber, because polyester, when it's incorporated into cotton, has a couple of benefits which I'm going to go through now. But I wanted you to understand what polyester is and what is cotton. Cotton is a natural fiber that comes from the cotton plant. I'm assuming that you've all come across that before. Cotton is grown in South Africa, many parts of the world. The benefits of pure cotton is that it is a natural fiber. It absorbs perspiration. It absorbs moisture. And therefore makes it comfortable for you to sleep on the bed linen. I'm going to relate that to clothing. If you wear a cotton shirt in summer, you feel cool and dry. If you wear a polyester shirt in summer, you feel warm and clammy. And I'm going to explain why. Cotton is a natural fiber, as I said earlier. It absorbs moisture or your perspiration. If you wear a cotton shirt in summer and you perspire, the cotton fiber absorbs your perspiration and will evaporate that perspiration out into the atmosphere, and it will keep you cool and dry. If you wear a polyester shirt, the polyester absorbs less than 1% of its weight in moisture, and therefore there's nowhere for that perspiration to go. That perspiration just stays next to your skin, between your shirt and your skin, and hence giving you a warm and clammy feel, that uncomfortable feeling that you get. Now bedding, this exactly the same applies to bed linen, is that the cotton sheets would absorb your perspiration on a hot summer night, and it will help you to remain cool and comfortable and dry in that bed. That's the main advantage to cotton. It is also a hard-wearing fiber. It does not pill. Pilling is a term that we've developed in the industry to indicate what happens when polyester and cotton is blended together into a fiber. I'm going to pass two samples around. Just run your hands across the surface of that fabric, and you'll feel a roughness that generally develops after, depending on the quality of the product, up to within 3 or 4 months. In fact, I think that specific sheet that was cut off from was 4 or 5 months old. And already after 5 months of use, that sheet had started to display this pilling. That's very, very uncomfortable to sleep on. because it is like sleeping on sandpaper. Cotton fibers do not pill. Polycotton fibers do pill. So that sheet that orange, what was an orange sheet there, is actually a polycotton product, and it is a 144 thread count product. Cotton fibers, as I said earlier, are natural, and cotton fibers are therefore also hypoallergenic as well. The disadvantages of pure cotton is creasing. If you've got a cotton shirt, it requires ironing on a Monday morning before you come into the campus.
Is also pure cotton.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Say thank you.
Polycotton on this one.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah. And yes, that is a disadvantage to pure cotton. However, there are techniques, and later on I'm going to go through those techniques on how to handle pure cotton sheets, but the same would apply to your clothing as well. Because there are techniques that you can follow that make it a lot easier to iron. Be grateful that it is pure cotton, because you're far more comfortable in that, I promise you, than someone who's wearing polycotton in summer in those hot kitchens.
Oh, we should have talked us this earlier. We've already spent how many months struggling?
No, that's why. Never took that long.
The second aspect or disadvantage of pure cotton is that the fiber is sensitive to some chemicals, bleaches, acids. You've all heard of Jik. Yep, you've obviously all heard of Jik. Jik and cotton don't go well together. So there are certain chemicals like bleaches and acids that are necessary for stain removal, and however, if not used correctly, will end up damaging the cotton fiber and degrading the cotton fiber. Okay, the benefits of polycotton fabrics. Polycotton fabrics are low creasing, and that's why the polyester is incorporated into pure cotton fabrics, is to reduce the creasing of the product. The disadvantages, we've covered most of them. They have, polyester fibers have low moisture absorption. They don't feel great when you sleep on them. Can you imagine sleeping on half water bottles? It's just not comfortable. I've covered the rest, the pilling, the synthetic fiber. Oh yes, one that I haven't covered with polycotton fabrics is that over time, polyester, being a synthetic fiber made from crude oil, it actually absorbs oils. It absorbs oils to a point where it does not release those oils during the laundry, during the washing process. So fabrics that contain polyester or polycotton fabrics will over time go grey, because they absorb the oils, and especially in the kitchen, and in the laundry, if you wash sheets with towels that have got oil on them, you'll find that the polyester will absorb those oils. The color of that bedding is very unacceptable in the hospitality industry. If you walk into a hotel room and the bed linen looks white and clean, that's the impression you want your guests to have when they arrive. You don't want them to walk in and find a grey looking sheet that's starting to look old, because we relate that to being old. Does that make sense in terms of the composition? There are pure linen products available in the market as well. They are generally quite expensive and not generally used in the hospitality industry. But linen has the advantage over cotton in that it is far more durable than cotton, and you can get another 2 to 3 times more lifespan out of pure linen bedding. The disadvantage of pure linen is that it creases far more than cotton. It creases very, very much. So that is a disadvantage. The price of linen, as I said earlier, is excessive as well, so it's not generally used in the industry. The term linen or bed linen is a generic term because in the centuries gone by, people would use, the people who could afford linen sheets would buy pure linen or flax linen sheets. And the people who couldn't afford linen would buy cotton. So it was seen as a status, and the term linen has become a generic term for all bed linen.